Good afternoon, everyone. The meeting of the Atlantic County Board of Commissioners is called to order. In compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act of the State of New Jersey, adequate notice of this meeting of the Atlantic County Board of Commissioners was provided in the following manner. Published in the Press of Atlantic City and mailed to the Hamilton Gazette, and has been posted on the bulletin boards in the county office building in Atlantic City, Stillwater building in Northfield, and the county clerk's office in Mays Landing. Prior to our opening prayer, I would like to ask that we keep Commissioner Gatto and her family in our thoughts and prayers on the passing of her father, Bill Gatto, who's been a lifelong resident of Atlantic County, and our sincere condolences to you and your family.
Madam Clerk, may I?
Yes.
Also, in that line, along the same line, we certainly like to keep the Logan family, Reverend Logan. Ben Logan's service was over this weekend. We keep the Logan family in our prayers and thoughts, and also keep the Corbin family, Reverend Joseph Corbin from Atlantic City, passed away just the other night, and so we want to keep their families in our prayers and thoughts.
Thank you, Commissioner. We'll have a moment of silence. Thank you. Okay, we'll have the opening prayer.
God, we thank you for the wonder of your presence each day. Help us to realize the possibilities in each one of us and be a positive influence on others in all that we say and do. And help us remember that all we face with you. Amen.
Amen.
Please stand for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Madam Clerk, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas.
Here.
Bertino.
Here.
Burns. Here. Corsi.
Present.
Days.
Here.
Gatto. Here. Parker.
Present.
Risley.
Here.
Kern.
Here. Okay, commissioners have had an opportunity to review the minutes from December 19th, 2023. I'll entertain a motion to adopt the December 19th, 2023 minutes as presented.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Gatto, seconded by Commissioner Ballas. Any commissioner comments?
I'm going to abstain.
Thank you. Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas.
Yes.
Bertino.
Yes.
Burns.
Abstain.
Corsi.
Yes.
Days.
Yes.
Gatto.
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
Risley.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Commissioners have also had an opportunity to review the minutes from January 2nd, 2024. I'll entertain a motion to adopt the January 2nd, 2024 minutes as presented.
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Risley, seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any comments? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas.
Yes.
Bertino.
Yes.
Burns.
Yes.
Corsi.
Yes.
Days.
Yes.
Gatto.
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
Risley.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Just a little notice that anyone attending in person that would like to speak regarding an agenda item or a public comment, please come to the podium, speak into the microphone, state your name and the town you reside. You will be provided up to 3 minutes to speak. If you're attending virtually and you would like to speak, please raise your hand during the agenda item or a public comment at the end. I will call upon your name and a request to unmute will be sent. Please state your name and the town you reside. You will be provided up to 3 minutes to speak. And that's a little different from the way we've been having this on WebEx. Okay, on behalf of the board, we would like to thank County Executive Levinson for taking the time today to share his 2024 budget message with us, for the work that he and his administration do each day on behalf of Atlantic County residents, ensuring services are available, that our roads and bridges are maintained, and for making Atlantic County a great place to live. County Executive.
Well, thank you very much. It is a pleasure to be here. By the way, in my condition, it's a pleasure to be anywhere. I used to be security here before I became field.
Thank you, sir, for all your years of
So
service.
this is my pleasure. We have another good budget, everybody. And thanks to hardworking administration and the the help of the Freeholder Board, bringing it to where it is. Very proud of it. I'm very proud of you all. Good afternoon, Chairwoman Kern and Commissioners. I join you today to present the 2024 Executive Budget Message. While the state had once again changed its budget instructions and adoption dates, which affect our own budget introduction, I would like to use this opportunity to provide an overview of the state of the county and how our budget is shaping up. By statute, we have to do it now, even though we're not going to have this completed. Atlantic County taxpayers can be assured that county government continues to operate at a high level, maintaining our top-tier credit ratings and low debt, tax stability, and a surplus for unanticipated circumstances. Our conservative fiscal management and long-term planning remain hallmarks of Atlantic County government, for which we are justly proud. But no one should assume that because we are proficient at what we do, that it is not difficult work with new challenges each year. It would be easy for some to be satisfied with our success and recognition as the finest run county in the state. It would be easy for some to be content to rest on their laurels without taking chances or pursuing new goals. But that has never been the mindset of my administration. Our goal is to leave Atlantic County better than we found it for the enjoyment and prosperity of our children and grandchildren. And as we well know, that takes consistent hard work and dedication. Should I start over for you guys?
No, that's all right.
Appreciate it.
We'll just leave it our own meeting.
One area where we have made great strides is in the development of an aviation and aeronautics industry to help diversify our regional economy. In 2019, we opened the first building at the National Aerospace Research and Technology Park. Now is fully occupied with the likes of NASA, the FAA, General Dynamics, Thunderbolt Solutions, and more. This past October, we held a groundbreaking ceremony for the second building at the park with $8 million in funding committed and another $10 million in potential state funding. If that doesn't come through, we will come through as a county. The 40,000 square foot building will be constructed and maintained by the Atlantic County Improvement Authority. Now I'd like to take a moment to thank the freeholders that were on the board when we decided we would go ahead with this aviation park. And it wasn't a heavy sell because we knew we had to diversify. But when the freeholders asked me things like, who are the tenants? We don't have any. Who are the prospective tenants? We don't have any of them either. But I believe it'll work. And we have to work together. Everybody to a person was in favor of this, and it made it possible. Anybody that detracted from it would have made it possibly very impossible. Because how do you explain it? We don't have them. You know, it wasn't a build it and they will come. Because that was a movie, and this is real life. The Atlantic County Economic Alliance is working with Industrial Realty Group, LLC, one of the largest industrial real estate developers in the country, to promote the development of 400 acres of land at the Atlantic City International Airport for use as an air cargo hub and aircraft repair and maintenance facility. The ACEA joined Atlantic County and the South Jersey Transportation Authority in a shared service agreement for a transportation infrastructure study to identify what improvements will be needed to support and sustain future airport cargo development. Additionally, the ACEA is planning to develop a local aircraft training academy. This is our future. We have diversified. It's not just tourism and gaming. This, of course, in the future, people say, who was farsighted enough to allow this to occur? And we did, freeholders, and we're in this together, and we can all take credit. It's interesting how many people are on board now. You know, Victory has 1,000 fathers, as you all know, and you know, in the beginning, it was a heavy lift. It was also announced at the October groundbreaking that local developer Leo Schofer of Schofer Enterprises intends to build a 4-story, 111-room hotel adjacent to the NARTP. That will include restaurants, a 24,000 square foot convention center, and 2 more hotels in later phases. It's happening. It's reality. To further supplement these efforts and meet the demand of a growing industry, the Atlantic County Institute of Technology held its own groundbreaking last June for a $53 million, 133,000 square foot career and technical building to house an expanded Academy of Aviation Studies. The Academy is fully matriculated with Atlantic Cape Community College, an aviation studies program so students can pursue a pilot certification or associate degree. The one thing when we had these studies, you know, they talked about not coming here because we didn't have an educated workforce. And this is what we're aiming at. They can't use that excuse anymore. In fact, the ACIT is a blue ribbon school, one of the top high schools in the state of New Jersey. The Atlantic County Workforce Development Board continues to expand job training programs to meet demands of this and other growing industries, such as healthcare, manufacturing, and technology. It also offers programs to benefit area employers that may be struggling with labor shortages or looking to add to their workforce. The Workforce Development Board remains focused on providing resources to build careers and businesses throughout Atlantic County. In 2024, it will work with school districts to identify all of the available vocational programs and create a pool of next generation employees to help transition students into career paths with established local businesses. To help county government attract applicants, fill vacancies, and strengthen our own workforce, we will hold and participate in job fairs and consider new strategies to target potential employees. Last year, we began to increase the starting salaries of many positions to remain competitive with other employers. At the same time, we recognize the need to promote efforts to retain existing employees. We were able to negotiate contracts beyond the 2% allowable for local governments to raise their budgets. So we are beyond that, and you know, the way inflation is right now and what's going on, it's something that we should do, but of course it added to our expenses. From what we've been told, this increase in salaries has had a positive impact. As we move forward, we may also consider hybrid work schedules where feasible. And it works, these hybrid work schedules. These adjustments equate to 3.78% growth in salaries, or $3.2 million total, based on negotiations with 8 of the 23 bargaining units. Other expenses have increased 16.5% for an overall $6.3 million increase. Money well spent. Much to our disappointment, an attempt to help lower the cost of health benefits for our employees and ultimately reduce costs for taxpayers was rejected by the state after 8 months of discussion and initial approval. The plan we proposed was developed by an insurance broker that had already implemented a similar plan in Hunterdon County. 396 employees agreed to move into the plan that would have saved nearly $750,000 the first year and up to $4.4 million in 5 years, and even more if additional employees were to make the switch during the 5-year period. We had to meet with 17 bargaining units, which is what we did, like herding cats, getting everybody to agree. But we assured them this is going to save our employees money, will also save the taxpayers money. At the 11th hour, the state told us, you can't do that. And we said, why not? Well, we're still waiting for an answer. We only learned of the state's disapproval in late November and were then forced to return the employees to their original plans. We will continue to work with the broker to find a plan that may be acceptable to the state and provide a more affordable health care options for our employees, which means we got to go back and sit with 17 bargaining units and get them to agree. And it's a tough sell, but we got it done. And then we got cut off at the knees by the state. But the state needs to do better. On January 8th, 2024, state legislators overwhelmingly passed a bill to increase salaries for themselves and their staffs by 67%. We try to cut, they increase, and when we do cut, they won't let us. Repeat that. That's 67%. That's not a typo. The governor has until today to sign it into law. If he does, New Jersey will now have the highest paid part-time legislators in the country. The sponsors of the legislation said it was needed to keep talented officials in the public sector and remain competitive with the private sector so the quality of government does not suffer. Does anybody in their wildest imagination think that people that run for the Senate and the Assembly, are doing it because they're not going to run because the salary's too low? It's an honor to run. It's an honor to serve. And unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on which side you're on, that increase will take place if the governor signs it. Local governments are facing the same dilemma, and our employees are on the front lines providing essential programs and services. Yet, we must adhere to a 2% cap and try to find a balance that satisfies both our employees, who want competitive salaries and benefits, and our taxpayers, who want to contain costs and lower taxes. In 2023, local government employees who participated in the state health benefits plan were hit with an unexpected and unprecedented 24% increase in their premium costs. Now, they were hit with a 24% increase in their premium costs, while the state of New Jersey union members saw only a 3% increase. In 2024, these same employees will be faced with an additional 7%, our employees. Such exorbitant increases make this balancing act all the more difficult. It'd be nice if we all were pulling in the same direction, state, county, municipal, but it's a dream that is not yet fulfilled. When we find a way to reduce costs for both employees and taxpayers with our proposed health benefit plan, it was rejected at the 11th hour. Perhaps the state should work as hard as we are to find a cost-effective health benefit alternate so that county government can more easily retain talented employees, remain competitive, and not allow the quality of programs and services to suffer. After all, our state legislators have just demonstrated with their votes how important they think that is. The Meadowview Nursing Home and Rehabilitation Center has been especially hard hit by the lingering impacts of COVID. Most businesses have found ways to adapt so COVID is more of an inconvenience than a catastrophe occurrence. But in the case of Meadowview, our nursing home, and other long-term care facilities, when there are 2 or more staff or residents with COVID, it is considered an outbreak and the facility is forced to close to admissions. This produces a constant stop and start that hampers our ability to attract new residents. A further complication is the staffing shortage that have required us to contract for mandated nursing positions. resulting in a budget increase of approximately $615,000 at Meadowview. How many empty beds we have now, Jerry?
Probably about 85 today.
85 empty beds. And one of the main reasons for it is staffing. It's a tough job. We all know it is. And, we want it to work. We want it to work well. We can't have admissions. If someone has COVID, it's an epidemic, and we close down. The opioid epidemic has caused irreparable damage across our nation. The number of people who died from drug overdose in 2021 was over 6 times the number in 1999. Companies involved in manufacturing, distribution, and sale of opioids are now being court-ordered to pay for damages that they have inflicted. New Jersey has thus far been awarded $641 million in settlement funds from opioid makers and distributors that is being shared among 262 state subdivisions. Atlantic County received nearly $600,000 in 2023 and established a committee of community partners to identify the best use of these funds. These will be dedicated funds. With a focus on saving lives and providing treatment, initial funding was made available to aid individuals who seek assistance through an emergency room setting. Referrals and transportation to addiction specialists and medication services are offered to help stabilize these individuals and bridge them to recovery. In 2024, county staff will be assigned to monitor this bridge program and work with a consultant to develop a plan for future programming with additional opioid settlement funding. This may include psychiatric intervention, program for youth made available with assistance of participating school districts. Over the past year, Atlantic County has seen an increase in the detention of individuals related to crime. In August of '23, the Atlantic County Prosecutor's Office was recognized as having 48% detention rate, more than twice the 18% statewide average. The office was also successful in obtaining 19 guilty verdicts on 19 homicide cases. We know from Newton that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So as we're arresting these bad guys, well, we have to house them, we have to feed them, we have to secure them, we have to medicate them, and in many cases educate them. It's expensive. So you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. But I know we all sleep a little more soundly knowing a lot of these bad guys are being incarcerated. We applaud efforts to enforce the law and remove criminals from our streets and neighborhoods, but we also recognize their impact on increasing costs associated with the prosecutor's office. Youth detention in our justice facility, an additional $3 million will be required in the 2024 budget to house youth in detention facilities. It's $3 million. What do? Can't chain people to the wall, and we don't wish to. We want to rehabilitate them at the same time, but it is a costly proposition. The Office of Youth Services exploring community-based programs to help high-risk youth avoid detention. We will also explore opportunities for a regional jail as part of a state-funded study. There is pending legislation to create an authority to administer jail services for any county that becomes part of a regional rehab and reentry center. The study finds fiscal efficiency and administrative effectiveness with a regional jail concept. We will discuss how to move forward. From what I've read, commissioners, it seems to me like the way to go, to share the costs, and because right now it is out of hand here in Atlantic County. And if we don't expand our own facilities, and that's going to be costly, and believe me, as soon as you have an open bed, it's going to be filled. So maybe a regional approach is the way to go. At least that's what I'm thinking about. Maybe put that in the back of your minds, because you're all going to have to agree. Atlantic County will also award a contract for a feasibility study of centralized fire emergency services and a 911 call center as a shared service agreement. This past year, the county worked with Egg Harbor Township and the Board of Ed to obtain $400,000 in shared service grants, funding for the installation of lighting at the high school field, another $400,000 for Atlantic City to purchase a pothole repair vehicle that will be available for the use of multiple municipalities. Freeholders, we're going to do another study for 9/11 consolidation. I know some of you must be thinking, am I a glutton for punishment the way the last one turned out? But, if we don't consolidate and we don't do more with less, don't complain when the response time in many areas is unacceptable. New Jersey currently has the third highest unemployment rate in the nation. Atlantic County remains one of the poorest counties in the state. As a result, the number of residents who receive economic assistance and benefits continues to climb. There are approximately 35,000 residents receiving food stamps, 52,500 on Medicaid, 1,500 on temporary assistance, that's TANF, we call it welfare now, and 1,000 receiving general assistance, in addition to other programs that support welfare. Despite its own staffing shortages, the Department of Family and Community Development remains committed to meeting the growing demand and processing cases in a timely manner. Our planning and engineering staff will continue to work to improve county roads and bridges that will include the reconfiguration of the Brigantine Circle, reconstruction of Lakes Creek Bridge in Egg Harbor Township, and the raising of a portion of Shore Road in Absecon from Ohio to Illinois Avenue. That continuously floods, as everybody knows. We will also begin work on the installation of a cofferdam at Lake Lenape in Mays Landing. Approximately $750,000 for public works supplies will be included in 2024 budget to help maintain county roads and bridges. We have 375 miles of county roads here in Atlantic County that we are responsible for, not just municipal and federal and state. This is what we are responsible for, 375. This is necessary as motor vehicle fines from municipal court cases have diminished, providing the less funding to the county for this purpose. To help reduce costs at the Central Municipal Court for the 10 participating towns, the county was able to successfully negotiate a decrease in the cost of security, lowering the expense from $1.2 million to $625,000. And if passed, new legislation will require all state cases to be heard in the municipality of origin rather than being heard in a central municipal court. This will drastically reduce caseloads and further reduce costs and efficiency. The municipal court is working, regardless of what you may have heard. It would work a lot better if the towns that are not in didn't send us all of their state problems. We have it all, and we didn't reckon for that. And that's a shame that that is occurring. We're waiting for legislation to correct this. In other words, in Hamilton, or which is not part of the municipal court, they get a state case, they don't have it, we have it. And for those of you that feel that this municipal court is also doing social services, in your local courts, you don't have social services in that court. We do. So when these people come in, they're alcoholics, they're drug afflicted, they're mental cases in many cases, we can serve them right there, right at the source. Hey, you want help? Come on with us. And that's what this municipal court means. So hopefully more towns will look at this as a benefit. Of course, you won't be able to hire your own judge, your own prosecutor, your own administrative staff, so that would be the downside. The Division of Facilities Management will be involved in several projects this year, which include the construction of a new 10,000 square foot warehouse. The existing warehouse was provided to the superintendent of elections for storage of our new voting machines and poll books. Facilities management will also install a new water flow system at the county jail, complete roof replacements at 4 facilities, repave several parking lots, and replace drainage at the Galway Library branch. A new energy savings program will address air conditioning and heating systems at the civil courthouse and the county jail and provide LED lighting replacements. Companies that want to do business with the county are able to register, access information, and bid specifications through the new online purchasing portal. Staff will focus on greater outreach to businesses in 2024 to promote participation and increased response to bids and requests for proposals. The Division of Information Technology continues to make upgrades to enhance the county's network security. Employees also receive cybersecurity training to help them identify suspicious activity and prevent threats to our system. Under direction of the Public Information Officer and the County Webmaster, the county has been working to create a new county website using a content management system platform that provides enhanced security, ADA compliance, opportunities for increased input from county employees, and greater citizen engagement. The site is expected to launch in the next 2 to 3 months. At this time last year, I mentioned that the lawsuit between the county and the state regarding the casino pilot funding was at a standstill with no movement towards resolution. Sadly, not much has changed over the last 12 months. I've been giving you the same story every time, every year. They're not budging. All we're asking them to do is at least talk to us. They've ignored us. How many cases have we won so far, Jim?
We won 3 times.
Beat that. We've won 3 times. The state continues to appeal. They owe us $14 million. So imagine what we'd be talking about right now if they met their obligations. Why should you all be paying the taxes for the casinos pilot program? It's not what we bargained for. It's not what our taxpayers bargained for. And you know, in the state of New Jersey, if you win a case, you have a right to appeal. Now, after the first appeal, most of us would run out of money. But since the state's using our money, they're going to appeal for a second time. And they lose a second time. And what do? They appeal for a third time. We win all the time. If you call that winning, because we have to pay for court costs, we have to pay for attorneys, and hopefully we'll be able to recoup this amount. But I'll tell you again, it's $14.1 million they owe us. Oh well. So we do, however, plan to use $16 million of surplus, or approximately 50% of the available funding. This is what we've done every year. We take 50% of the surplus. We keep 50%. So for those that don't understand budgets, and I'm not being condescending, you need that surplus. If you use it, what happens next year? And God forbid if there is an emergency. So this is what we've been doing year after year. It's good budgeting. With what we know now, the county tax levy would be $178,542. There are still discussions about the county's equalized value, but the general purpose tax rate would be 43 cents, and it's down less than a cent, but it's down. Once the municipal values are submitted to the Board of Taxation, the final rate will be determined. It will be made available within the next few months when we formally introduce our 2024 budget. As I mentioned earlier in this message, the preparation of our annual budget is extensive and requires the cooperation and contributions of many people throughout county government. Our fiscal teams do a tremendous job year-round. This year in particular, we have had more new personnel who have stepped up to the challenge under the direction of County Administrator Jerry Del Rosso, Deputy County Administrator Diana Ratala, Treasurer Bonnie Lindau, Controller Todd Ritzel, Administrative Services Department Head Tammy Robbins, and Budget Manager Julie Sharkey. Every year I put Linda Gilmore in here, and every year Linda Gilmore takes her name out. But she is an integral part of this administration. I am also appreciative to the continued support and input from the Board of Commissioners. By the way, with this talented staff that I just mentioned, we also have a budget committee made up of commissioners who I believe could show every county how to put a budget together along with our professionals. They've worked hard and it's paid off. They take pride in their work and do their due diligence to help us provide a cost-effective and efficient government without ever sacrificing the quality of our services. I look forward to working with you once again and know that our shared commitment to serve the best interests of our residents will continue to take us far. Thank you all, and God bless you.
Thank you, County Executive Levinson. And now we have the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Community Spirit Award presented by Atlantic County Executive Dennis Levinson. Denny?
You know, if one more person asks me incredulously, that's Corsi's wife? He married up like I did. And I know my wife is the wind beneath my wings, and I know that Leslie is for Ernest. You know, we were looking for someone to honor, and Linda Gilmore mentioned, how about Leslie Corsi? And I said, sure, show me the resume. Well, you know, if the spirit of Dr. King, besides civil rights, has been with education and what he's pushed, nobody has dedicated themselves more to the educating our young people than Leslie Corsi. And this is an award that, I guess, long overdue. So on behalf of a very grateful community, thank you, Leslie, for all you've done for our community. Ernest, you want to ruin the picture?
I like ruined pictures.
I don't want my back to be here.
Good evening, everyone. Wow, this is such an honor. Linda, I did not know that you did this, but thank you. I won't mention which commissioner told me to be brief, so I wrote a little quick speech, and I hope that you enjoy it. First, thank you to Mr. Levinson for selecting me to receive this award. It is such an honor, and I am humbled. I would also like to thank all of the county commissioners, and especially my husband, who exemplifies so much of Dr. King's message. My family, friends, and colleagues present, thank you so much for being here. The three of you, well, four of you, I have four in my section. I appreciate you coming out. I didn't expect any of you, so this is extra special. I want to thank also my children, Dwayne and Ethan. They are the reasons I became an educator in the first place. So they're not here, but I'm thankful for them. And all of my former and current colleagues throughout the state, I have been an educator for over 20 years. So I have so many colleagues that I've worked with and have supported me in the past. And finally, I'd like to thank Mr. Del Rosso. I've been working with him so closely on the opioid committee and wish to continue. Thank you for all of your support, everything that you've done to help me in this position when I came to Atlantic County. And finally, to all of the Atlantic County superintendents who I partner with every day to educate our 41,000 students in this county. They're all very special to me, and all of the superintendents work very hard to make sure they have a fair and equitable education. The work is not easy, as you know. Education is just, it's not easy right now, but it is rewarding, extremely rewarding when we see the students' success. Dr. King said, life's most persistent question is, what are you doing for others? And I answer that question. I plan to continue serving as an educator, role model, and advocate for students and families in this county and throughout the state. Thank you, everyone.
Corsi, on your award, and thank you for all that you do to improve the lives of others. Very well deserved.
Thank you.
I know you have a lot of supporters here, and I just not putting anybody on the spot, but if anybody wants to say a few words, feel free to come up to the podium. Except for.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you again for all you do. Any commissioners comments?
Well deserved. She's an asset to Atlantic County taxpayers for years. She's done a fantastic job in the education community. We're very fortunate to have her. Her commitment to students first is without question. And it's an honor to have you receive this, but thank you for being here in Atlantic County and making us a better place to live for our children and our families.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other commissioner comments?
I'd like to congratulate you as well, and I've had the opportunity, how about that? My microphone's not working. So I've had the opportunity of working with, I was gonna mess with Corsi, but I won't. I had the opportunity and pleasure of working with you, not only from the commissioners and in the county, but also in education, being a teacher in Atlantic City. So coming from that background, and so my family and yours has worked in education in similar areas. You know, I've been in 15 years, and so 20 years for you, so 15 years now. So well deserved, and I appreciate all that you do and all the assistance. I know sometimes in chair of Education and Schools Committee, so those who don't know, it was Leslie who forced him to give it to Ernie. Ernie didn't want to give up that chair position. So thank you for that. And so working with you from the Education and Schools chair has been a pleasure. And I know sometimes I send over emails and questions and things that aren't exactly your purview of your department, and you always help me to know where to go and who to call so that I can get the information I need. So keep doing what you're doing, and I'm very proud.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
I don't know how you put up with that guy.
That's why your mic don't work.
I'm sure she gets that often. Any other commissioner comments?
Let me just take this opportunity to thank the county executive and certainly to Linda for recognizing my wife for our outstanding job that she does in Atlantic County. But what she failed to tell y'all was that she oversees not only Atlantic County, but Calumet County, straight there, Salem County. She is acting commissioner, superintendent in Salem County as well. She came from Cumberland County to Atlantic County. She thought she was getting away from being home, so they kind of shifted her back here. But right now she has a very difficult task to not only do Atlantic County, but to do Salem County because of the shortage of employees across the state of New Jersey. But she does an outstanding job, not because she's my wife, because she is. As Danny would say, now, is that Corsi's wife? The answer is yes. I've been very fortunate and blessed to be able to be married almost 30 years, 26 years and counting to Leslie. But I'd be remiss, Madam Chair, if I didn't recognize Leslie's aunt Tracy, is here today. And Bridget White, who happened to be a trustee of Atlantic Cape Community College, but them two started together at Pleasant Charter Tech, I believe it's
Pleasant
called,
Tech.
over there in Pleasantville. And so education's been a long time coming, and she enjoys her job. But more importantly, when I got the call that she was being honored, I said to Linda, this ain't no setup, is it? In terms, we were joking around, but thank the county executive for thinking it not robbery to certainly honor my wife, and certainly we thank the commissioners as well for your remarks. But she has a lot of work to do. Jerry knows. She's on the phone with Jerry, and Jerry has answered the call when there's been a problem over there. Jerry, I didn't tell you this, but I'll tell you in public, to you and the county executive, I am told that they're looking for new office space. They might be going over.
Jerry.
Maybe they can find room at the new building you built out in the airport.
Look at his face. Look at his face.
She paid me to tell you that, didn't she? She paid me to say that.
If I knew you were going to talk this long, I may have reconsidered.
Jerry never even.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Leslie, thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Right now, if there's no other comments, we will now take a brief recess to reset the room.
Ready?
We are now
Why? So we're
back
supposed
on.
to snow?
Yes.
And that brings us to our resolutions, and we're going to start with resolution number 13.
Amending Resolution Number 513 adopted on September 19, 2023, a grant from the New Jersey Department of Human Services, Division of Aging Services for the Older Americans Act 2023 Area Plan Contract. Net increase $5,788.
Move. Second. Moved by Commissioner Corsi, second by Commissioner Gatto. Any comments from the commissioners? Anything from the public? Okay, we'll have roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Burns?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Grizzly?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 14, please.
Grant application and acceptance from the State of New Jersey Department of Human Services, Division of Family Development for the 2024 Social Services for the Homeless Grant, amount not to exceed $606,100.
Moved by Commissioner Corsi, second by Commissioner Gatto. Any commissioner comments? Hearing none. Any comments from the public? Okay, we'll have roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Burns?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Grizzly?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes, motion carries. That brings us to resolution number 15, please.
Grant application and acceptance from the State of New Jersey Department of Law and Public Safety, Office of the Attorney General for the State Fiscal Year 2024 Law Enforcement Officers Training and Equipment Fund Grant, amount not to exceed $9,322.59.
Moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Ballas, seconded by Commissioner Days. Any commissioner comments? Seeing none. Anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Burns?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Grizzly?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes, motion carries. That brings us into our professional service agreements with resolution 16, please.
Professional services agreement with AdCom Engineering Limited Liability Company to conduct a feasibility study for the centralized call center and dispatch center for fire and EMS. Amount not to exceed $137,289.
So moved. Second.
Moved by Commissioner Risley, seconded by Commissioner Bertino. Any commissioner comments?
Yes, Madam Chair, I'd like to just say a couple of words. I want to thank all those who participated in interviewing and scoring the applications. Very important. This is a topic that's been around for quite a while, as we know, and we get a lot of questions. I particularly get a lot of questions about this from the western part of the county and other parts of the county as well. So this is an important issue, and I'm glad to see it's moving. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any other commissioner comments? Seeing, hearing none. Anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Burns?
Yes.
Corsi? Days?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Grizzly?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes, motion carries. We're now on resolution 17, please.
Professional services agreement with Clear Oaks EAP Services Limited Liability Company for the provision of an employee assistance program, amount not to exceed $27,000.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Risley, seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any commissioner comments? Seeing, hearing none. Anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Burns?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Grizzly?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes, motion carries. That brings us to competitive contracts with resolution 18, please.
Renewal competitive contract with Monarch Housing Associates Incorporated for the provision of homeless consultant services. Amount not to exceed $53,000.
Motion.
Second.
I think we have moved by Commissioner Bertino and seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any commissioner comments?
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Yeah, to Jerry, for this $53,000, I mean, we already know there is a homeless problem in Atlantic County. What are they gonna do for the $53,000?
What they do is they conduct all the meetings, and then they help us write the grant. We get probably $750,000 now. It used to be by 500,000. So they've done, a lot. Then they conduct all the meetings. There are probably 25 to 30 agencies that meet monthly, and then whatever comes out of those meetings, they follow up with everybody. If there are like action items, then they take the action items and make sure that they get done. So they do a lot of work for us. I mean, there used to be a staff person that did that, and the staff person couldn't do their own job. I mean, so that was the issue. We either take a staff person and do this, or we take this company. Now, this company's been doing this for a while, and we're required, in order to get a thing called the continuum of care for the homeless. In order for you to be eligible for those dollars, we've all got to sign off on that. In other words, the county exec's got to agree that we would do this, and we bring the monies. You don't see the actual grant. What you see is the work that they do, monitor, and that's really what you're seeing. Is they physically have on hand. They go to all of the individuals. They help monitor the work that they do. So there are probably 12 entities that get money through this, what they call continuum of care. And they actually monitor them, and then if they do not meet the requirements of the grant, they come back to what we call the continuum of care. We have an executive board. They then bring those issues back to the executive board. The executive board then has to take action on whether or not they get the continuance of the money for the next cycle. They're constantly busy.
Right, I know they have a lot of meetings, and they've been
Right.
around a long time.
Right.
But are we getting anywhere?
Well, we are. We've expanded, as you said, with about $250,000. And I mean, I don't know if everybody knows. I mean, they've been working with the state on looking at a potential shelter in this area. So that's moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you.
Should have said something. So yes, and so they're working on the shelter. We work on getting beds other than what's at the rescue mission. So they worked on that. We received money from the state for Code Blue, and they worked with Forrest and his staff, Forrest Gilmore, Family and Community Development, to get a contractor to help us with Code Blue.
Okay, good. So
Yeah.
administration is happy with it?
Yes, it's
Okay, perfect.
sorry.
Thank you, Commissioner, and thank you, Mr. DeRosa, for the explanation. Any other commissioner comments? Seeing, hearing none. Anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Dallas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Burns?
Yes.
Coursey?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
Kern.
Yes, motion carries. That brings us to Resolution 19, please.
Renewal of competitive contracts with various vendors for the provision of home care services under the Homemaker Division of Welfare and statewide respite care grant programs, amount not to exceed $405,000.
Move.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Coursey, seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any commissioner comments? Seeing, hearing none. Anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Dallas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Burns?
Yes.
Coursey?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 20, please.
Competitive contract with Jewish Family Services to provide a head step-down program, amount not to exceed $102,000.
Move.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Ballas, seconded by... Moved by Commissioner Ballas, seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any comments from our commissioners? Seeing, hearing none. Anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Burns?
Yes.
Coursey?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Now we go into our bid contracts with Resolution 21, please.
Bid contract with Allen Corman and Son Incorporated for a helicopter rental and for mosquito surveillance. Amount not to exceed $143,500.
Move.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Gatto, seconded by Commissioner Days. Any commissioner comments?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I'm going to support the resolution for you to Jerry. Are we his only client? 'Cause that's, I remember he used to be a small amount, but now these numbers are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So what are they doing, 3 times, 4 times a year for us now?
It's about 70 hours.
70 hours?
70 hours, yes. I think he went through that, Doug
Budget
Abdul,
committee.
the mosquito director, went through it with the budget subcommittee, yes,
Yeah.
correct. It's-
Wow.
it's
I'm going to support it.
expensive.
I remember we used to be 40,000 then.
Right.
Yeah. All right, I'm good.
Maybe
Thank
someday
you.
we'll be able to spray by drone.
I'm sorry, sir.
Maybe someday we'll be able to spray by drone.
Matter of fact, we may even send you up to do it.
We have a drone, by the way, we do use the drone out there. This is Mr. Abdul, he could probably tell you, I mean, he
That's
went for
okay,
the
I'm
training, got certified, and whatever, when we bought a drone. So they do use that.
I mean, that's the way to go. It is.
Any other commissioner comments? Seeing and hearing none. Anything from the public? Okay, we'll have roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Burns?
Yes.
Forsy?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Grizzly?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes. Motion carries. That brings us to resolution 22.
Renewal bid contract with Golf Car Specialties for the leasing of 65 electric and/or gas-powered golf carts, 1 beverage cart, and up to 2 utility vehicles for use at Green Tree Golf Course. Amount not to exceed $45,930.
Move.
Moved by Commissioner Corsi, seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any commissioner comments? Seeing and hearing none. Anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Burns?
Yes.
Forsy?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Grizzly?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes. Motion carries. Brings us to resolution number 23, please.
Change order number 1, a contract with Rich Fire Protection for the installation of a clean agent fire suppression system at the sheriff's office, net increase $40,000.
Second?
Moved by Commissioner Gatto, seconded by Commissioner Days. Any commissioner comments? Seeing and hearing none. Anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Burns?
Yes.
Forsy?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Grizzly?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes, motion carries. Under our miscellaneous resolutions, we start with resolution 24.
Commodity resale agreement with the city of Estill Manor for the resale of road salt and/or brine, no cost.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Corsi, seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any commissioner comments? Seeing and hearing none. Anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Burns?
Yes.
Forsy? Days?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Grizzly?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes, motion carries. Brings us to resolution 25.
Keystone Purchasing Network National Cooperative Contract with Modular Genius Incorporated to furnish, deliver, and install modular buildings at Harbor Fields Detention Center, amount not to exceed $387,599.83.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Corsi, seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any commissioner comments?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Yeah,
I'd like
Commissioner
to-
Rizzo.
I'd like to say that I want to commend administration for the number 25 and number 26, which are coupled together, and getting that grant of $300,000 and moving so quickly on this. It's so needed. So with that, I say thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any other commissioner comments? Seeing and hearing none. Anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Burns?
Yes.
Forsy?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Grizzly?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 26, please.
Shared Services Agreement with the New Jersey Juvenile Justice Commission for the purchase of trailers for educational services at Harbor Fields Detention Center, amount not to exceed $300,000.
So,
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Corsi, seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any comments from the commissioners? Seeing and hearing none. Anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Burns?
Yes.
Forsy?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Grizzly?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes, motion carries. Brings us to resolution 27, please.
Alternate method contract with South Jersey Consultants Limited Liability Company to provide administrative and/or special project support to administration, amount not to exceed $85,000.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Corsi, seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any commissioner comments? Seeing and hearing none. Anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Martino?
Yes.
Burns?
Yes.
Coursey?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 28, please.
Interlocal agreement with Rutgers State University of New Jersey to be used for the 2023 salaries of Cooperative Extension Services staff members, amount not to exceed $265,609.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Corsi, seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any comments from our commissioners? Commissioner Bertino?
Just one. Thank you, Madam Chair. These two resolutions, we're doing two of them. We went over this in the Finance Committee. One was the salaries from Rutgers that was paid by Atlantic County. As you know, we partner with Rutgers College to provide extension service employees and stuff that we use throughout the Atlantic County through our farming communities. These guys provide invaluable information across the board, and I know this board's always been very vocal about its support and doing whatever the farmers need, so I thank the board for that. The second resolution you're going to see 29 today is Rutgers has finally come through with replacing someone that's left a little while ago, and the county's matching the salaries. There was a little bit of an increase I think the counties had to pick up, and I thank administration and the commissioners again for the support to do that. This will replace a couple of people who've been out for 3 or 4 or 5 years. There's one more position you're going to hear me coming back to you guys on, which is an IPM one for pest management. Rutgers has not replaced this guy since 2008. One of the things and I'm arguing with the Rutgers board a little bit, that's really needed, because for pest management, if you want to do away with pesticide use and do alternative means for farmers to utilize and treat their crops, this guy's position is really valuable. Rutgers likes to have him doing 18 jobs at the same time, not just the job is, the pest management, but he could be utilized in this county and actually in Cape May County as well. So I just want to thank the board, and I'm bringing you up to speed with, I know you guys, we've been talking about this the last couple of years when we have the Ag Committee meetings, which will be coming up again. I think the Ag night will be, was just mentioned, so I want to thank the Commissioner for you guys supporting doing this in the past.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any other comments from our commissioners? Seeing, hearing none. Anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Martino?
Yes.
Burns?
Yes.
Coursey? Days?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 29, please.
Interlocal agreement with Rutgers State University of New Jersey to be used for the 2024 salaries of Cooperative Extension Service staff members, amount not to exceed $304,243.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Risley and seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any comments from our commissioners? Seeing, hearing none. Anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Martino?
Yes.
Burns?
Yes.
Coursey?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Brings us to Resolution 30, please.
Agreement with the City of Epsecan and the New Jersey Department of Transportation concerning the installation and operation of emergency preemption equipment to expedite the movement of emergency vehicles at the intersections in the City of Epsecan.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Corsi, seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any commissioner comments? Seeing, hearing none. Anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Burns?
Yes.
Coursey?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 31, please.
Alternate method contract with Synergex International Corporation to provide maintenance services for the Abacus and Admin AP software for the Department of Family and Community Development, amount not to exceed $54,225.60.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Corsi, seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any commissioner comments? Seeing, hearing none. Anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Burns?
Yes.
Coursey?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 32.
Alternate method contract with Computer Square Incorporated to provide annual software maintenance service for InfoShare records management used by the prosecutor's office, amount not to exceed $57,100.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Corsi, seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any commissioner comments? Seeing, hearing none. Anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Burns?
Yes.
Coursey? Days?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 33, please.
Amending Resolution Number 709 adopted on December 19, 2023, a competitive contract with CFG Health Systems Limited Liability Company for the provision of medical and healthcare services to inmates of the Atlantic County Justice Facility and Harbor Field Juvenile Detention Center that increased $216,838.
Move.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Ballas and seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any commissioner comments? Seeing, hearing none, anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Burns?
Yes.
Coursey?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Grizzly?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes, motion carries. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to combine and adopt resolutions number 34 and 35 appointments.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Coursey, second by Commissioner Gatto. Any commissioner comments? Seeing none, anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Burns?
Yes.
Coursey? Days?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Grizzly?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes, motion carries. That concludes the written portion of our agenda. We're going to go into written communications and petitions. We have received copies of written communication petitions. Any commissioner comments?
Madam Chair?
Mr. Bertino.
Thank you. I think for each of us as commissioners recently have received some correspondence relating to, from our state senator and from county executive, relating to some thoughts and concerns about the insurance commission. Being one of the original members that was here when we started the insurance commission and why we did it, its purpose was set forth was really pretty clear. It was to, by combining insurances and risk management, we were trying to save the people of Atlantic County money with insurance because of settling claims. Those that remember a few years ago when the dam in, I believe we had in the Hamilton Township, I think Dick Squires might have been here at the time, when there was a rupture there, a lot of the damage that was done, the people of Atlantic County, the residents bore the cost for the repairs and stuff through higher insurance costs. Being that as it may, I think, and you can see how the board feels, I think this might be an opportunity for us to review the commission to make sure that its original intent, which is really spelled out in its bylaws and rules that it operates under, is that it's there to save taxpayers' money, that the original intent is being followed as it was devised and developed years ago. So it's okay, I think, for us as commissioners to occasionally review commissions and committees that we put in place. We put them in place that's a benefit to Atlantic County residents. And I'm sure there's, and I'm full with insurance in my job, my career. So I deal with insurance and all the time. There's opportunities for savings, and I'm sure Atlantic County is taking advantage of that because it is, when you're doing premiums, you don't want to be, you're measuring risk against the, management of it and preventative measures. But I think we should just review that as part of one of the committees we have. Just my thoughts on it. I'd be happy to, participate in it. We do have some committees that are available that can probably handle the purview of it. But I think it's good to go through this again, make sure it's doing as it was incorporated, and we're getting the information as it should be. I don't see anything off the cuff wrong, but that's why you look at stuff. So.
Yeah, exactly. So it looks like we could put that under the County Code Review Committee. And we'll give that to the chairperson, I think, Commissioner Days. So if anybody wants to, give up their position on that, for anybody else that feels like that they would really like to be a part of it, they can go through Commissioner Days. Okay?
So Madam Chair, if I may?
Yes.
I wasn't going to say anything, but I'm not going to miss this opportunity. So I'm not disagreeing with Vice Chair and his assessment. I think that all of us, most of them will not say this publicly. I am so glad that one, for one, I think we're all glad, and we've all heard and seen in the paper and on the radios the show that went on regarding the Insurance Commission Board, etc. What a embarrassment to the County of Atlantic, period. No elected official should take that kind of fight to the airways and to the paper the way they did it, right? Whether we agree or disagree. I take exception to the fact that when they said the commissioners/freeholders had no clue, far from the truth. We voted it, we created it, and, you know, to put out misinformation, if you disagree with the process, that's one thing. But to say that we knew nothing about it, it basically had people in the public saying, you knew nothing about it, you voted it? Oh yeah, we know about it. Because we voted for it over the last couple of years, as recently as last year. I renewed it again. Every 3 years. And so, the inside joke is that whether you're Democrat, Republican, or Independent, at the end of the day, the taxpayers don't want to hear you ironing out your dirty laundry because you got a problem with whoever may get the contract. I am so glad that the board voted last week. That's behind us. But we got to move on. And I kind of agree with your assessment of going forward. Not that anything that I know have been done wrong or illegal. However, don't put us in the middle of your political fight. And so at the end of the day, again, I'll say what y'all not going to say. And I don't have a problem with that because at the end of the day, there were people thinking this board, those of us who've been around, who voted to create it and who voted to renew it, had no idea what we were talking about or even didn't even realize we voted for it, far from the truth. And so I hope that chapter is behind us. We move forward and that everybody needs to be held accountable. And so your suggestion couldn't have come at a better time.
Thank you, Commissioner.
And he paid me to say that, but
Now, look, part of the purview that we have here, and we're commissioners, we take our jobs very seriously.
Correct.
You guys got a ton of experience here. Commissions are set up and they're put in place, and we give them the authority to do that. We need to periodically check, not that there's anything wrong, but let's review the process and make sure this. Times are different today. Maybe there's some tweaking that needs to be done. Insurance industry changes all the time. There may be some opportunities to make some adjustments or not. We'll see on the committee in its review and stuff. I think we'll be able to bring anything to light that should be brought to light in case any changes need to be made.
checks and balances.
Thank you. Any other commissioner comments? And as we also discussed and mentioned, there may be other boards or commissions that you want to look at, just, you know, take a
As
look
a
and make
cursory
sure.
review, we could do that part of the code review. If there's some other ones that meet some of that criteria, and we'll take a look at.
Yeah, and if any commissioner knows of anything that they would like that committee to look at, bring it to that committee as well. Okay, thank you, commissioners. No other comments on that? Does anybody else have any written communication or petitions that they would like to share at this time? Seeing here none, any reports of special committees of the board?
Madam Chair.
Commissioner Yap.
Yeah, I just want to give a update on a discussion we had in budget subcommittee toward the end of last year. Commissioner Fitzpatrick was also on that subcommittee at that point. We had discussed some changes to salaries within the commissioner office following the salary ordinance upgrade we did, or update we did in the fall of last year, I think it was. Forgive me, my mind's very fuzzy these days. And I know that our recommendation was reviewed with administration. I think we made a couple of tweaks, so I just want to report out on that. So that will include some slight net salary increases for our staff, Brenda, Kristen, and Tara, our solicitor, and that it will include increases for the commissioners. That was heavily discussed. You know, it's a weird subject to talk about, but the commissioner board has not seen an increase since the 90s, as I understand it. And additionally, at that time, part of the compensation was health insurance, and when that was taken away, there was never like an add to compensation there. So overall, we also have that open position in our office that we have opted not to fill, and kind of piled on the responsibilities to our three existing ladies. So the net budget change is just around $33,000. So not a huge add to the budget, but just wanted to give an update there. If anybody has any questions on that.
So,
Thank you,
if I may,
Commissioner.
Madam Chair. So I certainly concur with my colleague here. we've been kicking this around. One thing about Ernest, I don't hide absolutely nothing. A couple of years ago, and I said to be corrected, we voted in the budget to raise salaries for our office, for the county, for the elected officials, et cetera. And it never had taken effect. And so, as Amy indicated, they took the health benefits under the McDevitt and the administration at the time, and the commissioners were still at $20,000, never raised their salaries. In exchange, if I was been here then, I would say, if you're taking the health benefit, increase the salary a little bit. It's not much money, it's not a whole bunch of money that you're talking about. However, we're not the Assembly and the Senate. It's going from 49 to 80 something, right? And we all have a responsibility, and yes, we take our job very seriously. And at the end of the day, we don't need to hide behind it. We voted on it. If you go back and look at the vote, the public, to look at the vote, we made it very clear in the budget process, in public hearing, where the raises were going to go and who was going to be getting a raise. So it wasn't like we were hiding anything. We just never implemented it. And I think it's high time that we go ahead and implement it. And Amy's absolutely right. We have 3 young ladies in the office, and they do an outstanding job.
Yes,
They don't only just work for the 9 of us. They work for the county. Believe it or not, they get calls for everybody and for everything. And you get what you pay for. And I don't want to put anybody on the spot, but I can almost rest assured that we probably pay the lowest to our staff than anybody. When the county executive a few moments ago talked about the contracts and how we were able to move salaries up and move people up, that was a good move. That was the right thing to do, right? We've been stuck in this old age. Talk about no raises here since 1990. Employees come in at an entry level for the county, they leave because they're trying to make ends meet for their families, right? And so what happens is now we see it, and we got employees now are happy. They probably had the best contract they've had in a long time. They have opportunities now to move up and see increases as they go up. And it wasn't easy getting there. Even during that whole budget process, we talked about it. We met. We had all kind of meetings. Every last one of us got calls from unions. And I don't know of any one union that's not happy with their contract now. That's right. Not one. They did all that complaining. There was some give and takes. And at the end of the day, we did the right thing. And again, that's a testimony to the administration and certainly to this board. And so what we talked about, Amy, in our committee is the right thing to do. It's not a whole lot, right? And we move forward. And I think that it's healthy to have these conversations, and because people think elected officials are always hiding something. They got nothing to hide. And then, again, it's the right thing to do. So I just wanted to weigh back in on that comment you made.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner. Any other commissioner comments? Any other commissioners, any reports of special committees from any other commissioners? Commissioner Rizzo.
Madam Chair, yeah, I just want to mention that the South Jersey Economic Development District had their reorganization meeting recently, and I'm again the chair for this year. Yeah, right. Congratulations. Yeah, right. And we reviewed the finances of the district and reviewed the audit report, and we have an unmodified opinion, which is the highest rating you can get, opinions and audit reports. The district is in excellent financial shape. The issue that we have is getting a new director. It's been an extremely frustrating situation. I've traveled to Vineland for many, many times, afternoons, evenings, being involved with interviews with potential people. And it's been a number of false starts. We've had people in the second interview and they declined for one reason or the other. So it's been a very frustrating process, but we're going to continue to try to refine the right fit, quite frankly, for the district. So with that, we also have a new office. We only pay like $200 a month in rent on the Delsey Drive in Vineland. We normally have our meetings at the Authority building in Millville. So that's what we normally have our meetings. But we will continue on and seeking a new director. Lou Joyce is the current director. he's expressed to the board that he wishes to retire, and it's important for us to get the right person into that position before Lou, pulls the plug, which he's told us he's not going to do until we find the right person. It's important to have that a smooth transition. So, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Are there any other commissioner reports of special committees?
What seems to be the issue? Is it the salary or is?
Now,
You've been talking about this for a while.
I know. It's extremely frustrating. It's an 80 to 100 hour position a month. That's what it is. And the person that we're looking for needs to do a certain amount of administrative work, but also has to be the right person to seek out projects and grants and work with the 4 counties to get these projects going. And while we, have interviewed a number of people from all backgrounds, it's been frustrating because many of them got to the second interview that we've done, and for one reason or another, they pulled the plug. So it's a $65,000 position. It's 80 to 100 hours a month. It's certainly reasonable, and that's where we'd like to stay in that particular position, that particular box. So we'll continue to look. If you have any names, we'll certainly pass them on to us. Thank you.
Any other commissioner, any other reports of special committees? Okay, seeing none. Any unfinished business? Okay, seeing none. Any new business? Okay, that brings us to public comments. Anyone attending in person that would like to speak now at public comment, please come to the podium, speak into the microphone, state your name and the town you reside. If you're attending virtually and you would like to make a public comment, please raise your hand. I will call upon your name and a request to unmute will be sent. Please state your name and the town you reside. You'll be provided up to 3 minutes to speak. Do we have any comments?
We do. We have a gentleman, Keith, who has a question.
Keith, are you on?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Terrific. My name's Keith Fernandez. I'm in Buena Township in New Jersey. I'm with Automated Lawn Services. We're a fully electric lawn care company. We're primarily operating in Cherry Hill with some private schools there. But this year we're looking to expand into Atlantic County. We'll be deploying a fully autonomous lawn mowing unit with Gray's Lawn Mowing. We're looking just to work with golf courses, maybe some of these 370 miles of road you guys have. We can also help you with maintenance there. If not us, you guys should look into Gray's. They'll also be demoing their product with the Airfield Autonomy Initiative through Atlantic City Airport, your aviation park, and the Air Force Base. Just looking to let you guys know that we exist. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hernandez. Is there anybody else from the public? No. Seeing here none. Any comments for the good of the order? The commissioners. Seeing here none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion made second. All those in favor?
Aye.
We are now adjourned.